But the Marvels.
Oh, yes.
That's coming out in November, maybe.
Yeah, so Nia DaCosta, who's directing that, she did an interview recently where she was like, I don't know what's happening.
With the movie?
No, she was like, it was.
I haven't seen it.
She was.
I don't know what's happening.
She was very honest, and she was, it was very much like the thing we all know, but they don't really mention until they normally don't mention it until
after
many years afterwards. Where she was like, yeah, a lot of this is Kevin Feige's movie, and I'm really just here to fill in some gaps, kind of thing.
To answer Easter egg videos.
Yeah, absolutely. For the rest of my life, yeah. Kevin doesn't have the time to do one of those for every movie, so he parcels those out to people. He designates sacrifices that have to talk about Easter eggs for the rest of their lives.
That's right. Anyway, it's cheap. It only cost $130 million.
Whoa, that's a bargain.
You're wrong, idiot. Forbes said actually it's expensive.
Oh, I can't believe I thought that for a microsecond.
Yeah,
I'm so stupid.
It actually cost somewhere around $274 million.
Oh, that's a lot more.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's twice as much, actually. That's almost exactly twice as much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Good news.
Like if you went to buy anything, like bigger than like a loaf of bread, and you went to the counter and they're like, "This is twice as much as you thought," you'd be like, "I don't like that."
It reminds me of the Marvels.
Yeah, you would say that. This is Marvel's branded Wonder Bread, so that explains that.
But good news because they actually got $55 million from the UK government.
Oh, just giving that out, are we?
Giving it out, mate.
Whoa, lucky for some.
Bloody must be nice.
That's right. Is that just because the Prime Minister's a big fan?
I guess.
Yeah, great.
He's just cutting checks, mate.
Yeah, right.
So that means it'll have to gross at least $439.6 million at the box office to break even.
Okay.
As studios get around half of the theatre takings. But that, of course, will depend on if they can do the marketing campaign.
That's true, yeah.
If the strike is over or whatever.
And, of course, as we know, the original Captain Marvel, huge failure because it only made $1 billion as opposed to the potentially predicted $750 million to $1.25 billion. Again, it threaded the needle there and is therefore a massive failure, as we know.
Exactly.
Only $1 billion. But will that translate to this? Is the love for Captain Marvel still here?
No, I don't think it. I mean, that came out between Endgame movies, so I think it could do well if it's good.
Yep.
But if it's like whatever, then no, it will sink. They need to be better now. People aren't going out for movies that are okay at the moment. Yeah. So we'll just see what happens.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also think Barbie and Oppenheimer, they're both very enjoyable movies, and they had the ground up promo.
Do you like how there's two flies in here?
There are two flies around in here, but I feel bad. I feel bad swatting a fly because I'm always like, I can't make a fly. You know what I mean?
Make a fly.
I couldn't make a fly, so why am I destroying a fly? You know what I mean?
Because it's annoying.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. You can eat them.
Well, that's true. That would be the circle of life, and I think that's cool.
I'm waiting till they both leave, and then I'm going to close the door, but they won't. Maybe if we turn off the light, do some night podcasting, and then they'll leave.
Light source. Is that if flies do that? No, this is sinister.
Wow. I don't like how dark this is.
Wow, it's like we're in NORAD. We're waiting for a call from the president. We've got a key each. What are we talking about? I've lost it. Oh yeah, the thing about the Barbie and Oppenheimer is that they got the ground up marketing campaign, but also they were allowed to promote. The stars were allowed to promote it pretty much right up until the release. Like it was a very short.
It was like
window
right there. Yeah.
It was right there. Like they were doing.
They were walking. They walked out of one of the premieres.
Yeah,
or whatever,
that's right.
For Oppenheimer.
Yeah, and they were like, strikes on, and Cillian Murphy's like, thank God.
Yeah,
I gotta go.
That's it, and they were great.
I gotta make doubly sure my kids are not in America currently.
I do love how they're doing. Yeah, that's true. They're doing other things like. They're like, oh, it's Saw and Paw Patrol. They're like, it's Saw Patrol. Yeah. And it's like, what you're saying is 2 movies are coming out, which happens literally every week.
Right. Yeah.
You can't.
No.
What are you doing?
No, exactly.
Yeah. So that's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways, now, you're familiar with Stephen DeKnight? He worked on Daredevil, Spartacus.
He's an EP of some sort.
That's right. He's been he's written and directed or maybe directed. I don't know if he's directed. He's at least created a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Now there was some controversy or controversy depending on where you're from.
That's right.
This week because he said something. So he was one of the producers on the Netflix Daredevil series. Daredevil.
Yeah.
The Daredevil series.
Daredevil.
And then they're going to change the name from Daredevil to Daredevil, and he's unhappy about that. No, but what? No. So he was quoted and then he was misquoted, if I recall. So he's said something along the lines of he's very excited for the new Netflix series, the new Daredevil series, Daredevil Born Again. But he did point out that perhaps one of the reasons it's being renamed is because that is a way to avoid paying people
Yes.
their full amount.
Exactly.
Their full kind of pay grade.
Because when you get to a certain, depending on what contract you sign, you get to a certain number of seasons and then that amount increases, which is why you see shows get cancelled after 2 or 3 seasons or rebranded. Dexter New Blood, Borscht 2.0.
Borscht 2.0, Borscht in America.
That's right.
He's a cop or something.
He's a cop or something.
Yeah,
what is he doing?
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
He's solving someone's murder that he knew. But yeah, so this is what was actually written. And someone called Thomas on Twitter said, not only did they cancel Daredevil once, the crew got a full raise in holiday/vacation pay. The Disney Plus reboot is back to 1 season IATSE contract terms. It's a fucking scam. I wonder if Stephen DeKnight knows that. And he replied, he does. It's an old Disney scam.
James, I'm getting a phone call from Sri Lanka. Do you think that's...
Yeah, check.
Do you think that's NORAD calling?
Yes.
We should turn the... I missed it, but we could turn the keys anyway.
We better. He does. It's an old
Do
Disney...
you think the flies have gone, or do you think we
I
should...
don't know. Should we test?
Let's test it.
Oh, there's more. No, we should close it. Close the door.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that one. I think they might... No, they're still in here.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, we can't see him if the lights are off. So the lights are going back off again, folks. God, this is incredible.
Isn't it just? Great
What an
podcast.
experience. Because, look, folks, it's total darkness.
Yep.
Except for the
Oh, they're attracted to my computer light.
wow.
Maybe
Chuck it in the bin.
I'll crank up the light in the other room.
Oh, nice. Good call.
We know what we're doing.
We know what we did. This is
No,
great.
we don't have a can of fly spray. People are probably asking.
Oh, yeah.
I looked for it earlier.
I don't think flies are even attracted to light, to be honest. I think they're... James, have you considered flies are attracted to big piles of poop? So maybe you could put your bloody personality outside and they'd bloody follow it out, wouldn't they?
They probably would.
Yes!
You got me. Not only did you get me, it's true.
That's right. Well, the best and most sophisticated insults are based on truth.
And poop.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So he says it's an old Disney scam where they slightly rename a series to reset contract terms back to the first season. Needs to be addressed by all the guilds/unions and crushed. In another tweet, as you mentioned, he said, to be clear, I cannot wait to see Charlie Cox and the amazing Vincent D'Onofrio reprise their iconic roles. But to claim this is a complete reboot and you don't have to pay the original creatives is some corporate shenanigans, to say the least.
Apparently, underneath that tweet, I saw a lot of people talking about Disney kids shows, all of which did this exact same thing. Like a lot of people going, oh my God, I loved The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, but then it became Zack and Cody on a ship or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, I thought it was just a change of pace, but no, it was to, destroy the livelihoods of the people that worked on it, which is cool.
They thought they were going to have fun nautical adventures, and maybe they did, but at what cost?
That's right.
So yeah, that's fun and something that probably won't get addressed.